studying for my 107, so I haven't had any time to prepare any material for the show. So we're going to have open discussion tonight. We're going to talk about anything and anything drones. Let's get it going. United States Drone Society. How's everybody doing? Hey, Dominic, how you doing? We got Chris
Yeah, I'm
with
all right.
us.
Yourself?
Yeah, we got Chris with us here tonight too, but we got to get him on here. We switched his account last week, and I think he's back on the other one now, so I'm gonna have to adjust it here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Dominic, why don't you say hi to everybody in the chat real quick, and let me get Chris set up here.
Hello to everybody in the chat. There we go. Let's just scroll back a bit. Gee, there's a lot of people here tonight. Okay, we'll say hello to Akira Show. He was first. Then we've got
And there we go,
Angie.
just like that, I fixed it.
Oh, great.
All right, sorry about that, Dominic. Thank you very much.
And
You want me to take over now?
Angie. Ashley.
My wife, my number one supporter.
Hey.
Exactly. Now we've got Jeff's place. We've got, who else have we got? Mr. Skyfly, Joel. Hello.
Hey,
Got a
buddy.
picture for Joel to share tonight.
We're going through. Bud, we have in the back room. We have also Peter Carroll. Where is he? No, there he
Hey,
is.
Peter, how you doing? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Pete.
Okay.
And we got RJ Ariels in the house. How you doing, RJ? Glad to have you here, Ron.
Now, Joe.
Did we get Jeff's place already?
Yeah, I said Jeff's place.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing?
That's
Sorry, I
right,
was just trying to get this situated.
Hey, Bill Russell from Atlantic Adventures.
How you doing, Bill?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Bill.
And we got Ray Kelly in the house. How you doing, Captain
I was
Ray?
just going to say, we've
Captain
got Ray
Ray.
Kelly.
Yeah. And we got Jim in the house. He'll be joining us in the chat. We actually have a lot of people in the back joining us for the chat tonight. We got Bud's now. Bob Casey. How you doing, Bob?
Bob Casey, yep.
Hey, buddy.
And John Olson. How you doing, John?
John Olson.
Hey, Johnny.
And
Steve
Steve's in the
Jeunesse.
house. How you doing, Steve?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
And Brian, Waypoint New England. How you doing?
Hi,
Glad to have you.
Brian.
Hey, the weather's getting nice around here, Brian. Maybe we got to meet up and go flying. And we got Angel in
Say
the
hello
house.
to
How you doing,
Angel.
Angel?
Yep.
Hey, Angel.
Hello, Angel.
And Mickey Moo's in the house. How you doing, Mickey Moo?
Mickey
Hey,
Moo.
Mickey Moo.
Good morning.
And Lee. Lee was on the drone. Was it Drone Seekers International today or
Yes,
Drone Seekers Live?
Drone Seekers International.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched the show early. I was lurking in there today, but you did a great job on the show today, Lee.
Yeah. Well done, Lee. Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? We got trusty old Nightbot. How you doing, Nightbot?
Hello, Nightbot.
Yeah.
Also got Chuck.
Hey, how you doing, Chuck? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Chuck.
Chuck actually had a video come out, I believe, a live Q&A with him and Lori. I couldn't make it, but I'll go back and watch the replay at some point soon.
I was lurking in the back of that one. I did see a
I know
little bit
who
of it.
this is. Hello from Greece. You know who this is. This is DJ
It's got to
Alex
be.
Mark.
Yeah, it's got to be
Oh,
Alex. Got
yeah.
to be Alex.
Hey.
How you doing, Alex?
Our most famous Greek flyer.
Yeah. And Stephen Jones. How you doing, Steve? Glad to have you here.
We got another Alex.
Alex
Alex
Haggard.
Haggard.
Alex Haggart.
How you doing, Alex?
He's going to be featured in the arts festival, film
Yeah.
festival downtown in Bedford.
Yeah, Alex and his
Congratulations,
family have been kicking butt too. Literally, they're doing. I forget. I think it was maybe it was Kenpo or it was another martial arts that they're doing, and they're all at it together, which is great. So it's a whole family event, and I'm sure they all get each other excited about their practices and stuff. But yeah, pretty good.
Michael Blade.
Michael Blade, how you doing, Michael Blade? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Mike.
Michael.
Do you know how much I would have killed to grow up with the last name Blade growing up? That's such a cool last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you had a good first name to go with it.
Yeah,
Like Razor.
Yeah.
yeah. Razor Blade.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Ken? Ken Jansef's in the house. He'll be yeah, he's in the back. He's going to be joining us.
Hey, Ken.
And actually, we mentioned Angie. She just joined us too. She's going to be joining us for
Yep.
the chat.
Nice.
She looks a little laggy right now because she's outside. It looks like, but we got
Yeah.
Angie
Hi,
in the house
Angie.
today, and we got Lawrence Clark in the house. How you doing, Lawrence?
Lawrence.
Wow, there's a lot of people here.
Mm-hmm. Busy. They like the open
Still
chat
going.
night.
Yeah, open chat night's good because I've been busy studying all week. Hey, Mark's in the house. How you doing, Mark? Glad to have you here. Yeah, I've been studying all week. I haven't had time to go through the
Mark.
group and gather the content. I really want to pass this exam. It's Wednesday, so yeah.
Mhm.
How you doing, Facebook user? If that's you, Alex, good to see you. If not, how you doing?
Yeah.
How about God Blessed America? He's in
Yep,
here.
Hi,
Ronnie. How
Ronnie.
you doing, Ronnie?
Ron.
Uh,
Drone me up. How you doing? I actually have a video of his to share today.
Brendan.
Yeah, Brendan Finn. I don't. It's Brent. Is it
Yeah.
Brendan Finn or Brendan?
Mhm.
Brendan. It's
Brendan
Brendan.
Finn, I believe. No, I think it's
Yeah.
Brendan Finn. Yeah, he does good work.
Yeah, he does. I have a video of his to share today. We got Maria Davis in the house. How you doing,
Yeah.
Maria?
How are you?
Maria Davis. Hello,
Interesting.
Maria.
Maria shared something. I believe she shared it on her Facebook. She had
Yeah.
collected a whole bunch of royalty-free music that you didn't have to worry about copyright strikes, and she has them saved
Yep.
for you to download if you want them. So check out her Facebook
Yep.
profile. If you want to share the link,
I
you can,
will.
Maria. But it's a great big list of music that you can use for your videos and not have to worry about copyright. It's not her music, but she had saved it throughout all her time making videos before she started composing music. So great, useful tool for any editors out there. Go check it out.
I've had an issue with my Upbeat. I posted a couple of videos, and I use Upbeat for
Ronnie.
royalty free, and I got a couple of copyright
It's on the group
claims.
pages. Okay.
Yeah. Huh.
Thanks,
Wow.
Maria.
It happens sometimes.
Margie.
Margie's in the house. How you doing, Margie?
Hey, Margie.
All right. So with that, we got we got everybody. So normally
Finally.
Sunday Spectacular, but I don't. Like I said, I didn't create any content for the week. So I had a couple of pieces of content I wanted to share. Bill
Alex.
Walton sent me an unboxing video or similar, and I wanted to share it tonight. So let me share that now.
Let's try this one more time. Let me get the quick unboxing video here. Came from Paul. Let's see what we got. Got a nice wrapped up cup.
Yeah, I got to keep that
Good.
mug safe.
Oh, yeah, there's the mug. Very good mug. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody. And in it, I got some cards, business cards, Wedgenbigg. I got some nice cards.
Thank you for sharing, Margie. I appreciate it.
Well done, Margie.
Some nice coffees. And a sticker from a nice sticker. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I think I feel like
That'll
I'm
be
now
next.
part of the society. So
Yeah.
Thanks again, Paul. Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, I think I was supposed to show that video last week. I'm sorry, Bill Walton. Very busy, and but I remembered I had it saved here, so I showed it this week. And then Brendan Finn sent me a video, and I wanted to share that also. There's that USDS coaster.
Yeah, mine is all dirty. I need a new one. Got a nice big stain on it.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sending me that. I appreciate that. So tonight we're just going to have open chat. So I'm going to bring in our panel now and just make sure we have everybody in here before we bring them in. Let's actually go with. Why am I not? Okay.
Hopefully, we don't have that problem we had with the audio last week. I'm
Yeah,
dying to hear if everybody can hear me okay, and we'll see how it
I just want to make sure I have everybody in here. And Angie, there we go.
I got a boatload.
There we go.
Hello,
Hey guys,
Hey,
How you doing, Angie? How you
how y'all
doing?
doing? How's it going?
Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Hey, Dre, Jim, Bud.
Howdy.
guys.
Yeah, Angie, you look cold. Where you at?
I thought it wasn't gonna be as cold as it feels, so I thought it was gonna be a little warmer.
Where you at?
Still in Texas,
Oh hell, I'm warmer up here in Illinois.
yeah.
No,
We just had a temperature drop today,
Hey,
but it
Hi,
Lori.
was
Lori.
it was off in the 70s.
Lori.
Hey Lori,
Oh, thank you, Mickey Moon.
Ooh.
So I'm curious right now, as of on the panel, who here has a 107 certificate? I think we got two.
Not yet.
So we got two. We got Angie and Dre.
Almost.
congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I've been studying hard all week, and I what I did was I was actually talking about it before the show. I had started studying for the exam over a year ago, and when I got to airspace maps and charts, sectional charts, I kind of trailed off. It kind of put me off for a while, and then I got busy with the group and the show over the last year, and I just kind of it was so easy to put everything on the back burner. But now with what's
Oh
going
yeah,
on, and I'm going to be going out to create content for something, I'm going to need that 107. So it was time to barrel down and get it done. So what I did was before I started testing, I did the test exam just to see kind of a basis of where I was at, and I was scoring
right.
at 70. And I tested I studied this morning and I tested, and this is my practice exam today.
80.
Got that 80%.
Yeah.
Heck
Good
yeah.
job.
Out of
Yeah.
60. Yeah.
Now I started off like I'm using Pilot Institute, and they want you to score an 80 multiple times before to make
Hmm.
sure that you're comfortable when you go and take your test, so you can get that 70 or higher. But I don't want to just stop at 70 and be satisfied with that. If I'm going to be learning the material, I want to learn it.
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because the
Absolutely.
practice test I heard
Uncle
is
Cat.
the practice test on Pilot Institute is always the same. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure you keep studying and not just study the practice the exam, because the exam is, you're probably gonna have questions that you didn't
That's a good
see on
point.
the institute exam.
Yeah.
Like
Hi,
I know.
Ken. Sorry, I forgot. I didn't see you out back there.
That's all right. No worries.
Well, I got a question for Dre. I guess he's over there.
Yep.
Anyway, how long you had your 107?
I got mine back in 2019.
Wow, excellent, cool.
I think that's when I've had mine.
No kidding. Wow,
Who,
Yeah.
who here flies a
Current.
Phantom?
How has it
I
been?
still fly them.
not
That's
anymore.
my
I used to.
my first drone.
All right, I only asked that because Joel, Mr. Skyfly, sent me. He won the mug and he won a pen and he sent me a picture. And uh,
Oh
Man,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a. This is not the. This is not a Phantom, right? Is this the? Is this a something else?
Anthem.
Looks like a Phantom
Yeah, it's the
too.
Phantom.
It is a Phantom.
Looks
yeah,
like
that's
it.
an older one.
Yeah. We look at Phantom 4.
Yeah, it
Oh
looks like
wow,
the 4 Advanced or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The real low one.
it just looks different to
That
me.
camera.
But yeah,
that's what they started with.
I
yeah.
still have my Phantom too. I don't fly it, of course, but I
Mine
still.
got stolen. Mine got
If
stolen.
Ooh,
Sorry to hear that.
yeah, that's
It's okay.
Well, somebody's camera just said "see you later."
No,
Who
I'm
who
scared. That's
stole
just
your
mine.
Phantom?
They stole it out of the back of my car. They broke my back
Oh,
window,
oh,
smashed it, everything. That's my own fault.
that
Mhm.
Yeah.
oh,
sucks.
that sucks.
And a garage that was secured and locked, so it was somebody from the apartment complex.
I had
Oh,
drones packed in
Wow.
my
Yep.
car yesterday, and we went out to dinner, and my wife was so paranoid for me leaving the drones in the car, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
a parking lot that
Hey,
had
Lisa.
an attendant. I'm like, I'm
Hi,
not moving
Lisa. How you
on.
doing? Hey, Jim, your microphone is really low tonight.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Chris
what's
is
wrong with
low
that. Maybe
again.
I
You know
get
what?
my
I don't care
earbuds
if you
on.
have a low mic. I'm just happy that we can be heard tonight because that was almost a catastrophe last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still had a good show though.
Yeah, yeah, it actually was a great show. It turned out to be great. We
Yeah.
went a little bit over, but hey, it was all right.
Yeah, I don't know why my mic would be low.
I don't.
Ray, are you AI generated?
All right, we
Yeah. Let me
getting reverb from somebody.
It's not for
Not
me,
me.
is it? Any
At
better?
least I don't think so.
Jonathan Jackson. What's good,
Hey,
family?
Jonathan, how you doing?
Hey, Jonathan.
Take it
Glad
easy,
to have you
bud.
here.
Yeah, don't leave your drones in the car no matter how secure you think you are in the
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
I had it in a bag, but it is what it is.
See, like I was watching, I know a lot of people here watch Billy Kyle, and I just don't know. We don't live in the kind of area where you can go out there with a 4,045 or whatever it is, the $4,000 Apple, uh, the goggles, right? And he's got that. He's got a Mavic 3 Pro, whatever out there. He's got like 6 different cameras, microphones. And he's standing out there flying
Yep.
in the augmented reality. And I'm like, whoa! In my reality, you ain't wearing all that outside here. You got to do that in private.
Yeah, I can't do that over here. Get
Yeah.
robbed.
Look at, I even mentioned it. Look at.
There you
No,
go.
Yep.
there goes the ambulance again. No,
There's
where I live, I mean, I fly my Avata with my goggles on, and next thing I know, somebody's tapping me on the shoulder, going, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm flying a drone." Where's it at? I said,
Oh.
you know, I bring it back, I put the goggles on them, and they're happy as can be. It's just
you know.
Yeah,
depends on where you live, I guess.
I was gonna fly yesterday. I had my FPV drones, I had my Avata, and then my Air 2S. I was afraid to even just
Nice.
into
Yeah.
a convenience store just to grab a soda.
Jim.
Now, does anybody know if you can use a MetaQuest 3 to see what's going on the drone in the goggles?
Don't know what that is.
So the MetaQuest 3 is a virtual reality goggles. They have augmented reality similar to the Apple Vision Pro. But I was curious if someone is actually, because I know that they did it where he put it so you could see what was in the goggle feed, the camera feed in the Apple Vision Pro. I was wondering if you could do the same thing with the MetaQuest 3.
I'd love to try it, but I ain't gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I heard something about the MetaQuest being able to work with it, but I'm not 100% if they were talking about something else,
Yeah.
possibly.
So Angie, you said you had your 107. I'm curious, what was the most
Yep.
difficult part of the testing for you?
Oh gosh, the runway questions about the
Airport.
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 Yeah, airports.
The air traffic patterns.
Yes, I don't know nothing. My mind can't think like that, so
Yeah.
I failed that one every time.
I was talking to Dre about that in the beginning of the show. I said that was something I wanted to bring up tonight
Hmm.
because I thought I was going to have a huge issue with airspace maps and the charts. Really, I took the time to kind of deep dive into that, and I feel a lot more comfortable with that. But air traffic patterns, to me,
Airport.
it's. I look at the question. I'm like, what are they asking me here? Can we just go around to the left? Can we just do that? Go around to the left, everybody?
Nope.
Kind of like
Nope.
NASCAR, right?
No, stop short. Gotta
No,
learn
No,
to
you
see,
gotta
stop
go
short.
straight.
I
Yeah.
put
You
in
gotta go.
like
No.
500 hour, no, 760 hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I kind of got used to all of that stuff. So when I was studying for it, um, I kind of got it, because I had already known about the stuff because I learned it through the game, the simulator.
Yeah.
So, but I still haven't gone back to learning anymore because I really don't have the time. I don't have no desire to make any money off of it at the moment.
I'm
Yeah.
not destined to be a actual pilot. That's for sure.
No, I mean I'd love to be an
None of us
actual
thought we
airline
were.
pilot,
Yeah.
like a
Well, I said
Cessna
when
one.
I only need a 70 to pass this test, but I don't want to just settle for 70. I want to push it at the best I can do on
Yeah,
it.
do the
So
best you can.
anybody in the community who is familiar with air traffic patterns and can help me with that, get in touch with me somehow and let's set up some time. My exam is Wednesday at 3:30, so if there's someone who wants to discuss it and maybe enlighten me because I'm struggling with it and I want to do the best that I can. And I think that if I can learn that, that'll solve a couple of questions that I'm probably going to come across and help increase my score. So, anybody there who understands air traffic patterns, just hit me up. Work something out.
Most of the questions for me, I think, dealt with. I had a lot of weather questions and a lot of chart
Mhm.
questions.
Yep.
There really wasn't a lot of like runway stuff and other things, but it seemed like there was just a real lot of like the METARs and all
Good
of
old
that, and then the
meter.
charts and
Yeah.
things like that. So,
I
but
I had to.
I had found online like when you go to the test, they'll give you a booklet that will have
Mhm.
all of the charts and things like that. And I actually found a copy of that online. Somebody threw it in a PDF, so I actually had that before I walked in. So I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of helps, but it doesn't help. But there was some sample questions that I found that referred to that.
Hi,
Hey,
Ted.
So,
Ted.
Hey, Ted.
Ted,
hey, Ted.
I've got
So
one
it made it
here.
easier for me because I could reference what those practice questions were. I guess somebody must. Yeah, that's it. That's
Mhm.
exactly
That's
it
it.
right there.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep,
The only
that's it.
one.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
the only one.
So it really helped me out, that way. But
Yeah.
um,
Can I ask a
Yeah,
question
that
about
book.
the 107? Can I ask a question about the 107? Is this required by all pilots?
Commercial
Only
airline.
if you're going to get the
Yeah.
107, if you're going to go for
No,
the
I mean a guy that owns his own airplane. Does he have to be a 107?
No, it's
No,
different.
there's different classifications, but the
yeah,
information
that
can be like talk about the runway operations questions and circling. A regular pilot may have those same questions on his test to say because that's something that an actual pilot, manned aircraft, definitely needs to know. So
Okay.
he
Mhm.
may for our test purposes, we might only get like 5 questions, but if somebody in a manned aircraft, that might be 20 questions on their test.
Yeah.
So, like I say, the tests are combined of a lot of different elements of all aspects of flying. Just like there's going to be parts on that test that's going to talk about the angle of attack.
Yep.
And that's why that same old thing about
If I can
once
show
a
y'all the.
drone breaks that 45-degree angle, it's tilt so far that it's going to shut off. It's going to
on the
it's going to
chord
roll
line.
over. Yeah. So like I say, same thing in a manned aircraft.
wow, look at
Once
that
you reach a
sunset.
certain angle, going upwards or downwards, you can go into a stall
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in a
Right.
Oh
manned
yeah,
aircraft.
I've had
So
that
like I say,
question on
there's
my
going to
test.
be different questions for different purposes that like I say that crisscross both areas of testing
Yeah.
for
Okay.
manned
So
aircraft and
And
for drone
I've
aircraft.
actually, and I agree with this too, four states aerial, because
Absolutely, I was going to bring that up too. That's
yeah,
actually
they get
absolutely right.
tricky. And the funny
Yeah.
part is my son, Junior, he doesn't know much of any of the other stuff in the test, but today he was with me while I was studying the METARs, and he can actually read a METAR now. He knows how to tell the elevations, the times, and all that. Nothing else. He'd have to guess on most of it, but he can read them. He can read the METARs. So that was
That's pretty
pretty
Right.
cool.
cool.
That he was learning something with me today.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Way over my head.
I know.
I know Ken
I
knows
remembered
METARs.
them just for the test. I remembered them just for the test, and that was it.
exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
Hey Joe, how you doing? Gary's in the house. How you doing, Gary? Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
Gary.
Right
And
now,
Jim's droning. How
couldn't
you
read a
doing, Jim?
METAR to save my life right now.
I know, right?
So the
I know. SND.
so the 107 is just strictly for drone pilots.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that classification is
Commercial.
for drone pilots.
Yeah,
Like
It's
I
commercial.
say,
unmanned aerial vehicles, though, not just drones, right?
All
right,
right. Well,
unmanned
okay.
aerial vehicles. Right.
All right. So UAVs only
Yes.
that weigh over 249 grams.
Anything less
All
than
any
55
all
pounds.
drones, all drones. If it's even sub
Military.
250s, even above 55 pounds, the UAS covers all those drones.
All right.
It just
Now,
you have to.
what about a guy that's a remote control plane guy that's got a big B-52 bomber that's remote control? What rules is he under?
Well, with that's a good question, but just off the top of my head,
Okay.
I would say that he has to have the basic airman knowledge, the book they held up. He has to have that certification as any other pilot would have. Like I said, there's always different levels. Now you're
Okay.
talking about somebody flying a B-52. That's a different size and classification of
Right.
aircraft now. So you have to be rated just like a man aircraft. You get somebody who flies a Cessna has a certain rating to fly a Cessna level plane. Just
Yeah.
like the person who drives a 747 has a certain classification to operate that aircraft.
Right.
So there's different levels you can go up.
Okay.
107
All
would be at the
Oh,
107 would
Now,
be at the bottom, most likely at the
right.
lowest level. And if I want to become a manned aircraft pilot, I have to take another type of test to be
Okay.
qualified for that. Like I say, according to the FAA, we're all pilots, regardless of what your
All
status
right.
is. We are classified as all being pilots.
but doesn't
Now,
it?
All right.
But
if
doesn't
the
it refer
drone
to
weighs
commercial?
over,
Isn't it commercial only though? I mean, I have FPV drones that even weigh less than 250, and I can fly them recreationally, but just not commercially. So wouldn't the
Right.
107
Well,
is the
like I
107 is
say,
commercial, right?
107, that's the one stipulation they say that if you're going to do commercial work in furtherance of a business, and to clarify, that does not mean that you have to have monetary compensation anytime you do anything in furtherance of a business, which means you can fly for a nonprofit and they advertise whatever footage you give them, they use it for advertising purposes. That's in furtherance of a business.
and it's not just in furtherance of a business. If you say, I'm going to go fly my drone to take pictures of my friend's house for him, you need a 107 for that.
Yep.
If you go out and say, I'm just going to go fly and have some fun flying and you take some photos and videos, that's where
Right.
you're a
Right.
recreational pilot. But
Right.
so it doesn't
Right.
have to
That's
be
where the
about money.
intent
Intent.
of the flight.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
like I
kind
said,
of
if you
silly
go
if
out and
you ask me.
you fly sub 250 FPVs, uh, minis or whatever it may be, it's the intent of the flight. So if you go up there and you want to go out there and check rain gutters, what's the intent of the flight? It's not for recreational purposes, so you fall under 107.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's where people get all wound up. I can't even check my own gutters. I can't check my neighbor's gutters. No, because that's not for recreational purpose.
Wait. I can't check my gutters.
Nope.
just don't say
That is
nothing.
Yeah. Just
that's
don't
not
say
allowed.
anything.
Nope.
By the book, bud? No. By the
You know,
book,
the
I would say no.
That's
I'm not going to run down to your house and see if you're checking your gutters or checking anything else. But by the book,
Wait,
that would be a non-recreational activity with a
Right.
drone.
But it's more fun watching my wife on the ladder check them.
Right. Yep.
Well, use the drone. Use the drone to video that.
I
Yeah.
have.
If you appreciate the architectural structure of the shingles and take a picture of it geometrically, and you happen to catch the fact that your gutter is clogged in the process,
Harmless. It's harmless.
I like to see my gutters. I'm going to fly around recreational. just to look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know, they should give it. Yeah, they should give us some special permission to do that and check our gutters because we have a disadvantage. None of us can fly. So
Well,
None of
actually,
us. Oh,
I,
I can't climb a ladder.
I may have
Yeah.
broken the law then. About 6 years ago, my son was playing with a ball outside, and he threw it up on the. He was throwing it up on the roof to have it bounce down, and it got stuck in the gutter. So,
Oh no.
a couple of weeks
maybe
later,
when
I'm
I
like,
think
"Oh,
glad to have you here.
let me just fly up and see if I can see it in the gutter." And I actually couldn't, but
Mhm.
so is that checking my gutters? I don't know.
Well,
Well,
I can tell a lot of people, just like with remote ID. Yesterday was the official
Yep.
start of
Right.
remote ID,
Yeah.
and like I told people all along, the FAA is not going to be coming out hunting you down, checking you for remote ID. Remote ID is just like in law enforcement we would call a additional charge. If you get caught doing something and then they find out you don't have remote ID also, guess what? Now you got to add a charge of not being compliant with remote ID. It's not going to be the purpose they come out and track you
Right.
down. It's just an add-on charge that you might be in violation of something else.
Yeah. Did you? Speaking of remote ID, I watched a video the day before yesterday, I believe it was, by Pilot Institute, and they were testing a whole bunch of remote ID modules, and some of them were like the range on them was ridiculous. As you couldn't get more than it was. Some of them were
Right,
less than 100 feet away.
Yeah.
right. And that's why that's why I'm saying that if something occurs where you're contacted for other violations and then they find out that you don't have remote ID on that drone, it's going to be an added charge on top of
I
whatever else you were doing.
Mhm.
I ordered a device called the Drone Tag BS.
Yeah.
Think about what you want BS to stand for, but
Hmm.
All right,
um,
and Lisa, this is a
uh-oh.
Oh, sorry.
it's a very small remote ID module that I can use for um, my DIY, I guess, FPV drones. I build
Right.
my own and stuff, so I can actually transfer that. It just has one ID, and I can transfer that to all my drones. So for my FPV stuff, I'll be covered by remote ID, and then of course I have my Avata and my Air 2S, and those already have it built in, so I'm good for that. So
Right. And explain that more in more terms. When you're a recreational pilot hobbyist, you only have to have one ID registration.
Yeah.
That's your registration on you. So the same rule applies with remote ID. You only got to have one module, and you can transfer that module to each one of your drones as a hobbyist under
yeah,
250.
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so that's why I tell people, as a hobbyist, you got a little more latitude. Someone like me, Angie, whoever else that flies for commercial purposes, you have to have just like our drones. Each one of my drones has a separate registration to it.
Yeah.
And that means my remote ID on my drones has to have a separate registered number
Right.
for each drone.
Yeah, if you use it for 107, you have to have a separate registration.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got
there's a
the
lot of sirens going by tonight. I wanted to address this comment right here.
Yeah.
Um,
Lisa's question.
this isn't necessarily true.
No, it's not.
If you go out and you fly recreationally and then you post your videos or your pictures that you've captured online, as long as the intent of the flight was recreational, you can do that. But if you wake up and say, I'm going to go out and film a video to post on YouTube, then yes, you would fall under 107. But if you, let's say, take your drone on a Saturday and you go to the beach and you're just filming some of the beach and you're looking at it and then you share that footage later on social media when you get home, that's completely legal and doesn't require 107. But there's a line. That's the intent of the flight.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
just to get a little more into that, as far as how that pans out, and this is where some people get themselves in trouble. Once again, you can go out and fly recreational, hobbyist, but be mindful you're still certain rules you have to fly within as a
right.
hobbyist.
Yep.
So when you're flying above 400 feet, when you're flying in controlled airspace without authorization, and you're posting this stuff online, now you're subject to different violations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
this will get you in trouble. You're posting this online, and now they can sit and say, well, you were flying over 400 feet Well, what are you talking about? I was recreational flight. Still, even as a hobbyist, you're required
Yeah,
to
you
stay
still.
under 400 feet,
Yep.
even as a hobbyist.
Mhm.
I
If
Yeah.
you're
All right. We're
flying
getting
controlled airspace, you have to have authorization through the Lance, or you go through the drone zone to get your authorization and so forth. And what kills some people is when they're doing their flights and putting them on YouTube, and you post your flight and you include your telemetry on that flight on your screen. You just told on yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
well,
You
Yeah.
told on yourself.
with
So
your flight.
everything else that go ahead.
Well, with your flight, like what you're actually showing, I mean, people can tell. I mean, I see these people doing building dives and stuff like that, which is absolutely
Right.
stupid anyway. Um,
Uh-huh.
but if you can actually just see the flight and see if they are actually above 400 feet. I mean, you can tell without the telemetry. But people are just
Mhm.
they just do it stupidly anyway, and they think, oh yeah, this is cool,
Right.
and
Well,
Yeah.
and this is one of the things I actually like about having a 107 certificate is now when I go to a place like Providence, I could potentially go 400 feet above the buildings and get a much larger view of the area, but you can't do that without your 107. So you have limitations
I thought you
without it.
could go. I thought you
So
could
it
go
opens up some avenues for some different perspectives that you can't normally get legally. You know.
Right.
I mean,
And,
I
and,
just
and-
Yep. Just remember that that does not extend the Lance altitudes.
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
right.
If you're flying in controlled airspace, that's a hard
Yep.
ceiling.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is
Yeah,
that
I
you're
mean, yeah,
offering,
Just
like
just
that's
keep
a
Dre
that in
hard
said,
mind. A lot of
ceiling.
people think that they can violate that just because they're over a building, but
right.
Yeah.
Right. But to go back to what you're talking about, diving abilities and so forth, I almost lost my train of thought there. Let me gather it back here a second. That's what happens when you get old.
Well, I was just gonna piggyback on what you said. Like, even though you're flying recreationally, you still need to follow the basic rules, like the 400 feet
Right.
and over crowds and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And you
Right.
know, a lot of people still don't. I just uploaded my 800th video. I guess they just told me
Hmm.
that the other day. But
Wow.
I make sure that when I fly, I mean, 800 of my 800 videos are recreational anyway. But I make sure that if I'll go to a ball field down the street from my house, and I literally, if I'm higher than 50 feet, I mean, I'm surprised.
Hmm.
So, but people don't realize that even the recreational stuff has to still fall under the basic
Yeah.
rules, and
Right.
they don't. They just think, oh, I built this thing. I have an FPV drone, and I can zip and zoom wherever I want to go. But you can't.
Yeah.
I have to explain that to my friends a lot too. They don't understand. So why can't you just fly that thing anywhere you want? Like, no.
Yeah.
Wait,
Who wants a coffee
Yeah.
mug giveaway?
already got one.
I got one. But
I
do
got
it.
two.
Do
I
it.
can't type. I can't
I
type in the
haven't got one
hashtag.
yet, but I want one.
I can't think of a more violent way to open the package anymore, so I can't enter.
Angie, you said you can't hit the hashtag.
Well, I could use the
Yeah, if I
second one. I
close.
got one at work.
I think Angie needs a coffee right now. She looks pretty cold.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what.
Yeah.
You want to enter?
It's a hot
My
chocolate.
wife's gonna put her entry in for you, Angie. So if my wife wins, it's
Oh,
Angie's.
thank you. Thank you, Ashley.
All right, can I?
Oh, sorry, bud. Hashtag USDS. I got my timer going, 2-minute timers, and we'll roll it. After that, hashtag USDS in the chat. You got a chance to win a custom USDS coffee mug. I might even throw a coaster in there. Definitely a sticker or two. It's USA shipping only giveaway. So if you're outside the USA and you win, you're going to have to ship it to a friend in the USA, or you can donate it to somebody in the USA, or we can draw again. All right, while this does this, I'm going to refresh my studio because I can't even run the giveaway right now. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I can see it now. We got 25 people entered in. Hashtag USDS in the chat. You got 50 seconds left. I like it. I like the Stream Deck. I put a 2-minute timer on there. Sorry, Chris. I know you're supposed to be out here, but I didn't switch your character. funny way to say it, right? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that, Chris.
Me and Dominic are just chilling to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 20 seconds left. 25 participants. Hashtag USDS in the chat.
Feel like a beatnik.
All right, we're just about there. You got your last chance. Couple seconds left. Time's up. We're gonna roll it. Good luck, everybody.
Go.
I can't even see on my screen who wins, so I'm gonna have to watch it on my phone here. Did it roll?
Oh yeah.
I can't see it.
Anthem Flight 101.
Yay.
Herman won?
Congratulations, Herman.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Herman. I might already have your address. If not, send me your address and I'll ship you out a mug.
To be a part 107 from day one. I never registered my drones or myself as a hobbyist ever. It's always been a 107 from day one.
Yeah. Well, that's
Me
that's
too.
all
By the way, Paul,
you're doing as good as you're
You
doing.
heard the
In
news.
fact,
Yeah.
the business that wanted us to fly the drone, they gave me a choice. It was either me or the other guy to fly the drone, and I drew the short straw. I really didn't want to, but once I got into it, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I've been a sports photographer for about 12, 13 years, and I've
So
always
who won
been
the
fascinated
mug?
with aerial stuff. So I got into drones about
Herman.
Herman.
And
Herman
Flight
got
101.
101.
Herman?
Herman.
Yeah, that's definitely rigged.
Hey, David, how you doing?
Pretty good, guys. How's it
Hey,
going,
Dave.
everybody?
Hey, Dave, what's
What's
up?
happening?
David.
Paul,
Hey,
Paul,
David.
Paul.
What's happening? How are you?
What's
Hey,
up,
Good
Chris?
to see everybody.
Hello.
Sorry, my internet
David.
keeps bogging out.
Nah, no worries.
So, Paul, you've been busy this weekend studying for your 107. You heard the news
What's the news?
about the Avata 2 that's going to
Uh-oh.
be talked
Maybe.
about in April. It's supposed to release in
Maybe.
April.
Maybe
Yeah.
And what's different about it, Chris?
I
can't
have
I
no
can't afford
clue.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
More battery capacity.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
New goggles with a pass-through
Yeah,
system,
new
potentially.
goggles.
More battery.
bit
I can
different,
fly for
just a
10.
little bit
I can fly
different.
for 10 minutes on my Avata battery.
That's not bad.
I
I've
I've gotten 14, but then I don't fly badly.
I think the longest I've been was like
No,
10
I-
minutes, and I got bored. I had to land. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? It just it was going for so long.
After
So I'm
10
like, I'm
minutes
just
of
gonna land.
flying acro, yeah.
There you go. do a couple flips.
Well, with Paul,
No,
why
not
not?
with the
Yeah.
not with the Avata.
Gamers, you know,
Oh my God,
pretending
we
that
have
you're
a
a
crowd.
driver.
I'll do that with my
FPV runs
FPV
for like
stuff,
5
not
minutes,
the
and he's
Avata.
already bringing it back.
Yeah, the FPV it gets a good, probably about 4 or 5 minutes when I'm ripping it in full manual. But it's always I have that thing ripping balls to the wall.
I always
Sticks
keep
up.
a lot of balls to the wall.
All
Yeah.
the time, just like the intro.
Yeah.
That was an awesome time. You know, flying around that harbor and around that knob there. That was freaking awesome.
Sounds cool.
The knob.
Harassing all the boaters.
He's flying around the knob.
No, not harassing.
Let's not go down there,
Oh
Dom.
no.
Yeah, let's
I
not,
prefer to think I wasn't harassing them. I prefer to think that I was impressing them. Now let me go with that, okay?
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think they were impressed. I mean, that was
Same thing when I fly the golf course.
That was
Yep.
an incredible day. Even though we were baking on that rock, I'd
Oh,
go back
man.
there again.
Yeah.
That was fun time.
But I mean,
So
for me,
close to
FPV
Wood's Hole,
FPV
too.
is more freeing than just like a DJI like
Camera-
Air 2S or
camera
something
drone.
Like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's better because I build my own. So I guess I get more of a satisfaction knowing that, I bought all the parts separate. I, soldered everything together, plug in the battery, I bind it with my controller, and I'm gone. And it's like, it's just satisfying to me knowing that I can do that.
Yeah.
I can put something together and actually flies. It actually goes.
Yeah, and
Agreed.
I was talking to Rod about that. Rod Hansen, Hot Rod in Daytona.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about how it's different, how to go from a traditional having the Avata to going to like a bind and fly or building your own. It's a different experience when you first take off. He's saying,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's so fun. It really is. It's hard to master. I'll be honest with you, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely, not the greatest pilot in the world, and I know it. So I just, I'll do flips, rolls, things like that, and I do enough where I don't crash unless I hit a tree or
I
whatever.
just
Yep.
like
But
to watch it.
oh yeah, yep.
I definitely want to do it. It'll add another dimension to my piloting.
Dave,
Well,
anytime, man.
Yeah.
Now,
we
Got
all
Hey,
get.
Don.
Let's all
All
get
right,
together, and I'll bring some gear. Let's all get together.
Yeah.
let's
you
do
got
it. I'm
anything
there. I'm ready to go.
now,
Don,
Ken,
you weren't here for the discussion earlier, but you have your 107, correct?
Yes.
So I asked the other people here. I wanted to find out from you what was the hardest part of the exam for you. What did you struggle with the most?
airport?
I
Airport.
knew it all instinctually, and I had no problem whatsoever. I
Hmm.
scored 100%. I didn't even study.
Wow.
Wow,
Nice,
100%, no
nice.
studying.
it's
Well,
that
With all
intuitive,
due respect,
really?
I wonder if your ass
No, I
gets
can't.
jealous
It's
of the
been so
shit your
long
mouth
since I
does.
took it. I'm trying to think of what I really struggled with. There were a couple of questions that I got wrong because the wording differed slightly from the
I
materials that
thought
I had
that too.
studied,
Mhm.
I'm
and
sometimes wondering
I
if they're trying to
answered
scare
without
us.
really thinking. I was like, "Oh, I know this," and I answered without actually stopping to
read it
comprehend the
fully.
question.
All
And
right.
so
I
that
have a question for Don. Would you
yes,
please run for president of the United States?
I thought you were nominated. Good. Thought you were nominated at the book
I
club.
I don't think I could take the pay cut.
Oh,
Oh,
Damn. He's a player. He's a player.
Whoa!
Bother.
Okay. Uh,
Ooh!
Wow.
to get back on the regular topic, I want to talk to Ken real quick,
Man,
and
I'll tell you that job doesn't pay enough for me.
and I always tell people, if you're trying to get into the FPV world, a lot of folks, I don't know about the mini drone, but the older drones, the Phantoms, the Mavic 2 Pro, the old Mavic Pro, the original Air, they had a switch on the side of the drone that allow it to fly. Either they'll say FPV or fixed wing on the
Right,
side,
Yeah.
and
right.
it made the camera flow like you're flying FPV. And I
Mhm.
tell people, I said, you can get the same similar effects if you're aggressive flying. I said, I can fly very aggressive with a Phantom, Mavic 2 Pro, get in there tight, some spots, everything else. And I've had people ask me, what are you flying? I said, I'm flying, bigger drones and so forth. So it's
Mhm.
about, me is always about confidence. Confidence in what your drone can do, confidence in what you can do, and
Right.
be aware of your surroundings. You can push
Absolutely.
the envelopes.
Absolutely.
You can push a Phantom very hard, and like I say, it could dip dive very very aggressively if you know how to handle it for the most part. And if
They
Yeah.
you
look
put
like
in that,
they look like a set of monkey bars with propellers on them.
yeah,
The Phantom 4 is a beast. I love the Phantom 4. It was a beast.
yeah,
Mhm,
yeah. And like I
for
said, you can
sure.
fly that thing very aggressively. I'm talking about, you're just twisting the sticks as if it was an FPV, and that thing just
Mhm.
keeps on flying and it keeps on rolling.
Yeah. While we're here, I wanted to mention I have. If you go to the United States Drone Society page in the featured topics, I have a contest they're running. It's for the editors.
Yeah.
The contest will be ending here in April coming up, and I'm going to give away a trophy to the winner. It's going to be community voted on. All the details are in the post. I They're normally going to have a theme. I have an idea now already, and I'm working with the person on the theme for the next contest. But the
Oh,
theme for this one really wasn't a theme. It was just
Your favorite
film
place.
an area that you like to film a lot that you're around. It's just simple, just to get people introduced to the contest. So if you want to check it out, go to the group, and I'll actually add a link in the description of this video for it too, so everyone can check it out.
hmm
But if you're an editor and you want to take part in it, check it out in the group. The rules are there for everything, and it's coming up next month. So
I'm doing the flying already.
Awesome.
what's
I
the
I'll
day?
submitted
be
mine too long ago.
I'll
Yeah.
be getting
Hey,
back into flying next month.
Yep.
Paul, I
So
just
excited.
saw a question come up about the FAA requiring a flight test. I was watching the advocacy group the other day, and there is, from what I understood, what the lady was talking about. because they were talking about having a standardized checklist. And the way I interpret what the lady was saying, that us doing a practical exam like Canada
What?
does may not be far off in the near future as far as qualifications with the drone.
Wait,
Canada
wait,
does.
wait, wait,
Canada,
wait. Say that again.
they were talking about having a standardized checklist flight thing for people. And the way I understood what the lady was saying, 'cause I even contacted Vic Moss. He was also on the Zoom. And I asked him, I said, did you hear what I heard, what the lady was saying? And he didn't really follow as closely as I was. And he said I was, he said we would fight that tooth and nail, which I'm glad he's on that. But it sounded to me that for you to have a standardized testing or checklist testing, that means you have to have a practical exam for everybody who wants to become qualified, which means it could be a practical exam, which I know Canada does that for the advanced levels for their 107 equivalent testing, that you have to
I'll
have
be
a
fired for that one. It's nice knowing you
but
guys.
yeah,
I
but
think the hardest
they
part
have
of
that
that
for
would be
theirs. So it may be, and it may be because she was talking mainly from the I would say the delivery service aspect of it. But
Oh
if
yeah.
they make those pilots do it and they're all 107s, it can be for every 107.
Isn't that sort of what the
oh,
trust thing was?
Dre,
Well, the
Supposedly.
stop
trust,
That
scaring everybody.
the
that
trust.
that shouldn't be scary. That shouldn't be
I'm
scary.
not. I'm
We're
not
gonna
saying
get
this is going
banned
to happen
everywhere.
for sure. It's just the way I understood what the lady was talking about. And a lot of times when you listen to these FAA advocacy groups, they don't
Hmm.
talk in plain terms. Everything is kind of vague and
Right.
and mysterious out there and stuff. So you kind of like got to decipher some things and put some pieces of the puzzle together and say, okay, maybe that's where they're going, maybe not. And that's just what I understood. Because I said the only way you can have a standardized testing
Oh, Angie gets a
is
mug.
Angie, get the mug.
Huh?
Angie gets a
What?
mug.
And
You get a
Herman
I
has
mug.
to
get a
give you the
mug?
Herman
mug.
send you
Hey,
the mug, so
Yeah,
send me
Herman
your
will send
address,
you the mug.
Herman.
Herman.
Hey,
All right, all right.
Herman.
Like I was saying, the only
I
way you can
can't. I
have
don't know if I'm
more
doing it.
advanced testing or
You're a
standardized
dishwasher,
testing
Angie.
is you
You're a
go to a
dishwasher.
practical
Thank
exam.
you.
And it shouldn't be just to scare people because
No.
you know, as a Part 107, I may be speaking in my butt and but once you take it, I think uh I would love for everybody to take it. There's a lot of stuff
Mhm.
on there we complain about that doesn't apply to us directly, but it gives you a perspective, and it also is it kind of gatekeeps our hobby to people who want to devote the energy to do it right.
Yes.
And I think just that gatekeeping is actually a good thing to have a strong, robust hobby.
Mhm.
Myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like all that everybody hears is the bad things about drones. There was a drone
Mm-hmm.
that flew over an
Mhm.
airport. There was a drone that crashed. I remember. I don't know if you ever saw the one a couple of years ago when
Dave.
at a skiing event where a drone crashed right on the
that was
Yeah,
ski.
commercial.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
right,
yeah,
That's
And
that was a
exactly.
crazy.
how
professional
many
event.
how many of those things
But
that you hear about are
but
Part
yeah,
107 pilots?
Right.
well, but
None.
I guess what I'm getting at is
None.
like 107 or recreational doesn't matter. All that people seem to hear about is the bad things about drones, whether it's
Mhm.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
whether it's with a camera drone or an FPV or whatever.
Only takes
So
one to ruin the bunch.
Now, I actually, about an hour and a half before the show started, I opened up YouTube, and there was a video from Fox, one of the Fox channels that had a report on down at the border, the southern border. There was a report that over 1,000 drones in a month were violating airspace laws over the border, and that's the
Mhm.
kind of news that people are getting.
Common.
right,
They're always
exactly.
dropping
That's
drugs.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
They're always sending drugs by drone. It's
Hmm.
common.
Well, yeah.
Well, they're just doing it wrong, I guess.
Our
I was
Facebook
at the
user,
border over there
They're
by
not going forward.
shoot, where was that? Big Bend National Park. I went down towards the Mexico border, and I was almost tempted to do it, but I was in a national park, and I was at the border, so I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need no fine."
No.
anytime someone says Big Ben, I hear Clark
Yeah.
Griswold. Hey kids, look, it's Big Ben.
Oh.
Big Ben.
All right, I got another question for Dre.
Yes, sir.
Couple weeks ago, we had a major house fire just up the street from me.
Right. I
I
remember
went
your
up, I
video.
talked to the fire department, I talked to the police department. Again, I'm recreational. They
Right.
gave me permission to fly the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I posted it on Facebook, YouTube, and then Facebook.
Right.
And all of a sudden, 4 of the 5 news channels out of Chicago wanted to fly or show my
Your
video.
footage.
And they
Right.
put my name on there.
Mm-hmm.
I was recreational. Was I illegal?
They were using it in furtherance of their business.
Right, but his intent was for his
You-
own purpose.
He was flying for recreation
Well,
and captured the footage.
I will put it like this. I'll put it like this. Your intent was to gather information. So it wasn't just for hobbyist or recreational use.
But don't answer that question publicly. I'm not an attorney, and I shouldn't be giving legal advice.
I don't
answer that question.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to say that you took that flight, you got authorization from first responders, you said it was okay, but the flight was to gather information. It was
For
not
myself.
recreation. Like I say, no matter who's it for, it's for information on an incident.
So I violated the law.
Technically, yes.
Ooh,
Okay.
bud.
Technically,
Even though
yes.
he had
But no one's
permission
going to
from
come
the
after you
from the
because.
authorities in jurisdiction.
Mhm.
You know what? I don't like you guys anymore.
I don't know if I'm buying
And,
this.
and like I said, in our society today, this is how news organizations gather a lot of their footage because
Right.
they always ask
Right.
folks to submit cell phone videos and everything else that people use to see traffic accidents, see crimes out there, and they're putting this footage out there. And that's what I'm saying, that for a drone, there are additional rules and regulations that bind us. Okay.
Well, actually,
That does not bind a person with a cell phone, but as we're flying, it holds us back from doing certain things. Like I say, when that kind of helps you by you saying you ask permission from the first responders,
Yeah.
but they could say, "Okay, can you help us out by
Which
flying
they-
a drone?" And
Which
getting
they
there?
which they did. They looked at where the fire was, burning, and where they needed to put water.
Right.
Yada yada
Right.
yada.
Right. That would be the saving grace of your flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're helping the first responders to help control and contain the
But
fire
if you just
itself.
go ahead and get your part 107 and you get in a
Right, it's
situation like
not
that
personal
again, you
information
could have been
gathering
told.
in and of itself. From a legal standpoint, Bud, I'm not going to have to slide pizzas underneath your jail cell, so don't worry.
We can
The same
deliver it
thing
to
now.
you by
I
drone.
can't even get people to slide pizzas under my door. Never
think
mind
of
it.
Okay, but to go further,
That's because
now
you're a
once-
lousy
once-
dipper
Wait,
ball.
let Dre talk.
now the problem you run into now you're going to the news organizations want to use your footage
Right.
for their business. That's
Oh.
interference of a business.
Oh no, that's yeah.
Because I actually
See what I'm
That
saying?
is
That's where the lines get blurry. You helped
Okay.
out the first responders. Nobody's going to argue that point. You helped out first responders, but
Yes.
now the local news organization want to use it in furtherance of their business.
because
That's where it gets blurry.
I
Now,
want to
Okay.
back on this.
this is why you need your part 107, because then when the news agencies call you and say, "Hey, can we use your footage?" You say, "Yeah," for a fee.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
All I said was put my name on it. I did not ask for a fee, and I got no fee.
You know what?
Oh, you
Well,
asked for
part
something in
107
return for
had
the
a
footage?
part
Bud, I'm
You
glad
asked
you
for
brought that up.
self-promotion for the footage.
Well, the
Like
same
I
thing
say,
happened-
Bud,
the same
let
thing
me talk to
happened me,
Bud real quick. I'm glad you brought that up because that's why I say about different ways to be compensated. You wanted credit of that. That is a way
some
of
money.
you gaining
Some-
acknowledgement of that flight and that you got credit for the flight.
Right.
Okay.
When they show on their channel, they're gonna say Bud Beaver.
All right. You want to know what I got in return? All the guys at the bar bought me drinks.
Heck yeah.
So you won.
Well
You
done.
won.
There you go.
What do you mean they stopped them? They
That's the
stopped them
best
from being able
payment.
to fly for 8
it's
hours.
becoming
All the
it's
5-0.
becoming less of a gray area and more a clear violation.
Yeah.
If I,
All right.
if I,
That could be considered
Move along.
a gift.
Move
That's a
along.
business gift.
All right, so
But
listen,
that's a
we have a
business
few minutes
gift.
left, so I just want to say, I want to say thank you for everybody who's come on and give us some pretty valuable information tonight, especially Dre. He's you've got a lot
Yes.
of expertise in this area, and I always appreciate your input, especially when it
Wealth of
comes to things
information.
like this. I appreciate it. We're going to go around and give everybody a chance to say what they want to say and promote what they want to promote. I'm going to start right down the line here. We're going to go with Angie.
Hey
All right,
guys, thanks.
Angie.
Angie.
Thank y'all for having me on the show tonight. I haven't been flying as much, but hopefully next month I will be getting some more flying in and getting some more videos. So
Send it.
happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all, and y'all
Great.
have a good rest of the week.
Great,
All right,
Angie.
you
Thank you
too,
so
Angie.
much. And make sure you
You,
send me
Angie.
your address so I can send you a mug.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Looking
Thanks,
forward to
Herman.
seeing the
Thanks,
vid.
Herman.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Bye.
Andy. Enjoy your week.
Yeah, you guys.
Have a good one.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay. David.
Okay, just joined a little bit late, but no, better late than never. Great to see everybody. I did get some flying out this week, and I did put a decent video, I thought, out on Providence. I fly it a lot, and no, it's not going to be my video contest entry, so forget about that. But I did have some fun there. I had some fun in Newport yesterday, a little bit windy. Weather's been better up here, except when it gets wet. But we're having a good time. Going to stay up there, keeping on working on our drone van. Busy, busy, busy all the time. So just get up there. Weather's warmer. Fly safe and have a good time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate having you here tonight, brother.
Thank you. Thanks, Paul. See y'all.
See you soon.
Bye, Dave.
And we go with you, Jim. How you doing? Jeff.
Huh.
Sorry, Jeff.
Is that me?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just happy to be here. I want to take my 107, but I just don't have the money for the test. That's what's holding me back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it sucks
the
for Jeff.
thing about posting on YouTube, I had a discussion with an FAA representative, and they said that's a gray area because it could be considered in furtherance of a business
Yeah.
because YouTube can be monetized.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think
But
that's
that's
the Yeah, that's a good line. That's brought up, and I think that if you're looking to grow a channel on YouTube, then that would be furtherance of a business. Um, that's a good reason why I haven't really made any wedge and big feature videos. Never mind the fact that I'm busy all the time. But I really, if I'm going to be doing this and I'm going to try to make something of this, I want to do it the right way. I don't want to have people in the community that are upset at me because I'm setting some sort of bad example. I want to do the right thing and make sure that I don't have any trouble. I don't want to post a video and then have the FAA all over me for it. So
really.
just do it the right way, the best I can, and make something of it. But I appreciate you coming here tonight and sharing with us. And if you do end up getting that 107 course, let us know. We'll I'm sure there'll be people willing to help you study.
You okay
All
over there,
right.
Jim?
Well, you all have a good week.
Yeah.
I'll see you next week.
Yes,
All right,
man.
Jeff. See you next week. Thank you so much.
Take care, Jeff.
And while Jim is fighting with his camera, we'll go to Bud.
Fighting.
Hi, kids. Thanks again. I want say thank you so much, Dre, for your excellent conversation. Um, you're very knowledgeable, and I appreciate, and hopefully everybody else does.
Yes.
I only flew one battery. Mother Nature is still messing with us, but thanks again, Paul, for having a great show and having me on. And everybody have a great weekend or week.
All right, Bud. Thank you so
See you,
much. I
bud.
appreciate it. And I also actually DJI. I meant to mention this a little earlier. DJI officially responded to the Drone Act that's before Congress right now, and
Hmm.
because we didn't have a traditional show, I actually added some information to the outro instead of the regular credits. I've added some information about DJI's response to the United States government. So if you want to see that, stay tuned for the end of the show. Bud, thank you so much.
Saw
I
that.
appreciate having you here. And Don.
Oh, I don't have anything to really plug. I other than rather than turn this into a Part 107 love fest, I have said for years that I think everybody should get one. Everybody who flies a drone. There's if you can get one, get one. It's great. And Paul, I want to wish you luck, but I'm hoping you don't need luck. I hope you get all your studying done and that you do well. I have confidence in you that you'll be able to do it.
Yeah, and I've been studying all week. That's why I haven't got anything done. And for those that missed it earlier, I did a practice exam earlier today, and look at that, I got an 80%.
Hmm.
Good, good.
You'll hit it, bro.
Yep. So
You'll hit it.
I'm gonna
Yep.
work on. I'm gonna make sure I don't fail it. It's too important for me to fail, and I just want to get it done and out of the way.
We're all watching you, so if you fail it,
I'll
you'll
never
get
live
it.
it
We're gonna
down.
You're
ride
gonna
you.
Yep.
be on the roast, bro.
All right, Don. That's enough for you. Have a good night, Don. Thanks for being here. I appreciate having you, brother. Ken.
Um, First of all, wanted to say, Paul, you're gonna kill it on Wednesday, so no worries there. Dre, it's always great to have you here. You're so knowledgeable about the finer points of the 107 and regulations and stuff. So that's awesome stuff. Um, Took my first FPV flight on Thursday, almost a year. Did pretty well, I guess.
Why'd you wait so long?
Well, things happen. I mean, I did a little discussion in before and after, so
Yeah.
it'll explain. Shooter underscore FPV is me on YouTube. Check it out if you want. I got some good stuff there. And other than that, just keep flying, keep inspiring, and we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, and I
Thanks,
have to
Jay.
say, by the way, Ken, not having all the lights on that you normally do in your studio, the lighting is just right tonight, man. You should
This,
do that more often. It
this
looks
is
nice back there.
this is my dungeon. My
Yeah, yeah, no, dungeon lighting works there.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
appreciate having you here, and if you want to, drop your link in the chat before you go.
I don't know how to do
All
that.
right, I'll tell you what. If anyone wants to go see Ken's channel about an hour after the show, I'll
and
put it in the
and anybody
description.
hit me up if you want to talk FPV, building drones and stuff. I'm not the biggest authority, but I know what I'm doing. So if you want to hit me
Love
up and talk about it, just feel free.
Yeah. All right, Ken. Thank you so much. I
All right.
appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a
Ken.
great week, brother. And Dre.
Hey, I appreciate Paul. You give me a chance to be on your show. Uh, next Sunday, I think no, next Sunday is the what 24th. So 2 Sundays, the 31st, I will have my show Last
Correct.
Call. We on the 31st, and so around there, 30, 29th, 31st, and we will be discussing some of the CCP information that's out there. But I encourage everyone to get knowledgeable. No matter if you want to be 107 or whatever, find out what's going on in your local community, your state, and what's going on in the federal government. Not that I'm asking you to write a letter to anybody. That's a decision for you to make yourself if you want to do that. But my thing is educate yourself. Don't go by what just Dre says or Paul says or anybody else says. You need to be knowledgeable yourself because if you ever have an encounter with some authority figure, your knowledge of what's going to be the difference of how that interaction goes. And you don't want to have a negative interaction because you're not knowledgeable or you're misinformed on some things that you're not aware of. Like I say, don't think that every police officer you run into is ignorant of the FAA rules and regulations. They are
May
charged
or
to
may not
enforce the
know.
laws of their local community.
Yep.
And there may be laws in that local community that he says, hey, this is a no-fly zone, this is critical infrastructure, yada yada, this and that, and all you gonna say about, but it's Class G airspace. That's not gonna matter. So, like I say, on my show, we're gonna cover the CCP bill that's circling around at the federal government. We're going to cover the state of Arkansas. Also, it has some unique drone laws in the state of Arkansas. If you live in that area or you go visit that area, that you need to be informed of what they can do to you if you're caught doing something you're not supposed to be doing there. Other than that, go out and have fun. Go out and enjoy your drones. If you like me, go out and work, make a little side money, and just go out and do your thing, man. I'm not here to scare nobody. I want everybody to be informed. That's
Yep. Yep. Give you the best shot when you take that test because it's a one off. You pass that test, then you just have to do the recurrent every 2 years, and you
yeah,
can't fail the recurrent. So I mean, you
right.
might as well do it. Dre, appreciate having you here. And when you get that new show out, let me know. We'll discuss it during the show live and get it rolling. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dre.
Thanks so much, Dre. Enjoy your week.
Thanks, Dre.
And Jim.
Yeah, so like always, I have nothing to push, but I did get out and I actually flew a little bit, and I actually published. A big change for me. but that's neither here nor there. As far as this Countering CCCP Drones Act, I already talked about this. If you try and do one of those form letters that these groups are sending you, at least in my state, they send you back another form letter saying, sorry, we don't accept form letters. Talk to us as a person. So if you want to express your opinion on this subject, you have to actually send a real letter to your politicians, to your local representatives, and I highly encourage doing it. It's a little extra rather than just filling out a quick form, but got to do it. Yeah, absolutely, bud. You just got to do it. That being said, thank God spring is getting here quick.
Oh
We
yeah.
got to get out there. We got to fly. Um, Freaking killing it with that Mac 3 Pro. You guys, some of you guys got those deals on the Mac 3 Pro. I wish I could have got that. But anyway, you guys have a great night,
Hmm.
and thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll catch you soon.
All right, Jim. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate having you here.
We'll
Bye,
set up
guys.
meetups soon too. Once it's nice and warm, we'll get everybody around the area together, get together, and have something.
I'm always around, man.
Definitely.
Sounds good. All right, Jim. And we got the three of us left. I'll bring up this panel right here. Chris, go ahead. All yours, brother.
Well, I don't really have anything to promote. I'm just rooting for you, Paul. I know you're going to kill it, at that on Wednesday. Um, you've been studying. We've been talking about you getting a 107 for years, actually, and now you're going to do it. And I'm excited to hear the outcome. But
Wednesday, 3:30.
like everybody knows, you're going to do it, man. I
Yep.
mean, you've got a lot of knowledge in drones as it is. It's just that one little step, that's going to make a difference in everything.
Put
So
it to some use. That's right. Appreciate that. Thank you.
I'd just like to let everybody know if you'd like to catch some of my videos or just be on my Facebook, feed or anything. Just look me up at NB Drones at Facebook or at YouTube.
All right. Yeah, Night Train. I use Pilot Institute. Dominic, go ahead. All yours, brother.
Just being the interloper in this group, I just thought I'd point out that some of the testing methods seem similar, and they always try and put a word in there that trips you up. Because I noticed that when I was doing the operator accreditation, which is the same as it's the same as the trust.
Yep.
And I think you have to get 15 out of 20. I got 18 and got tripped up by one word.
Yeah.
And they tripped me up, and I went, "Oh, you bastards!"
Yeah. Well, I got 2 hours.
But
I'm gonna
that
take
was,
my time. I'm gonna take my time.
but again, that was more the recurrent, not recurrent, but that's when you have to when your thing expires, and you have to reset it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
All
they
right.
got me. They got me the first time, and they got me the second time. So
Yeah.
this was my first um, recurrent. I think that's probably a better word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and just quickly on that, uh, to get it, we have a remote pilot's license, and it is a lot more than $175, which I'm really upset about because it's probably 10 times that to
Yeah.
to become the remote pilot, and then you go further on and further on and further on. So,
Yeah.
mm,
All right. Well, I appreciate your insight, Dominic. It's helpful, even though
mm.
our laws and regulations are different. But any insight helps. It's always good. In general, we want to be good
They're,
pilots.
very, they're similar, but they're not the same. There
Yep.
are differences, but it seems the same ideologies are there.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I want to remind you that mental health is an issue that affects so many people. If you're struggling, I want you to reach out to your family, your friends first. If you have people there that can help you, reach out to them. Maybe sometimes you might not think they'll be able to help you, but you'll never really know unless you reach out and ask them. You can reach out to people in your community. You can reach out to police stations. You can reach out to hospitals. about any place that has official people. They'll help you. So get some help. Don't do it alone. Appreciate everyone being here tonight, and thank you for bearing with me for the week. I know everybody loves, Sunday Spectacular and Best of the Rest, but getting this, 107 certificate is really important to me, and trying to make some things happen in my life. So appreciate everybody being here. Again, I'm going to roll the outro. It's not going to be a traditional one. I got some information that'll be valuable to some people. It had to deal with DGI's response to our government. So, see everybody next week.
Ja, men underdog doing promo. You said keep our business on the low. I'm just trying to get you out the friend zone. Cause you look even better than the photos. Now send me the info. Need to dress attention, yeah. I was coming since your friend's home. Keep on trying to hide it, but your friends know, no. I only got your minutes. Five, the only got that happened. I only love it when you touch me. Feel me. When I fucked up, did you feel me? You said eyes. You said eyes. Were you to judge? Were you to judge? Hide your lies, girl. Hide your lies. To trust only you. I only call you when it's five. The only call out side. I only love it when you touch me. Feel me. Bitch, feel me. Yeah, I only call you when it's five. The only I only love it when you touch me. Not feel me, but not feel me, but not feel me, yeah.
Uh, that's kind of funny. I didn't get to see any of that on the screen because the EV Mux player here has messed up. But anyway, nice dancing back there, Jim. That was awesome. Chris and Dominic, do you know how Twitter changed their name to X recently, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So instead of saying that you tweeted someone, do you now say that you excreted?